Have you assessed this economy and realized we're going through a financial crisis as it relates to real estate? Buyers have stopped buying, condos are no longer selling, and right now, Florida is in panic mode.
This Florida housing market downturn is getting. These builders continue to build homes in Florida as home prices are collapsing. This has the potential to be as bad as 2008, 2009 if these trends continue. Because right now, I'm in a Lennar home building community, and you can see there's just dozens and dozens of homes that are about to be completed. And these builders are doing big price cuts. There's some houses here in this community that are as cheap now as $250,000. And it's amazing how these builders just keep building into this downturn, because across the state of Florida, home values are now down 3.5% over the last year. But here in this area where I am, in Manatee County, they're down by 6% in the last year. And they're just gonna keep dropping, folks.
I remember a couple of years ago, this was back in 2018, I was getting ready to move to Florida. I was in New York City at the time, but my dad had this great idea. He was like, let's purchase a home. At the time, he had about 5 years to retire. And he said, Cams, just live in this home, pay the mortgage until you're ready to purchase your home. I thought that idea was a phenomenal idea. Everything was good at the time until when the pandemic happened, a lot of people were moving from New York City to Florida. And since then, the market went so high. I remember back in 2022, when I was trying to purchase my home at the time, and I got a pre-approval for $268 at the time. Now, remember, when my dad purchased his home, he got his home for about $210. And then my sister relocated and got her house for about $240 or $260 something at the time. So for me, I was trying to purchase my home in 2021. My pre-approval was not allowing me to purchase a 4-bedroom home. And at the time I needed it because I have 4 kids. So y'all, it didn't work out for me and I had to reposition myself. At the time, my dad was like, okay, well, you have 2 years left. So let me finish up my retirement. I don't think it's the right time for you to purchase your home and just live in there. And y'all, that was the big mistake I made. I felt like I should have just purchased my home at the time. Why? Look at this market now. Since last year or 2 years ago, homes are 400, 500, and it continues to rise. Now I'm saying to myself, did I make the right decision at the time? But look at right now, look at this market. It's going back down.
These investors, they are bailing hard on the US housing market, especially in states like Florida. According to Axios, institutional investors are buying fewer homes in Florida, while data from Redfin shows that in certain cities, investor purchases are down as much as 60%. I believe that this investor exodus from the housing market could be making the housing downturn worse and could push home prices down further if you live in a city and area that has a lot of real estate investors. Because what we're seeing right now closely mirrors what happened in the mid-2000s, right before that last massive housing crash. Back in the mid-2000s, in 2005, 2006, that was the last time investor purchases peaked, and then investors started bailing on the market back then about 2 years before prices really started going down. You can see a very similar trend today, and I'm finding investor homes on the market all across Florida, and in some cases, they're selling at pretty big discounts. Because the beauty actually of when investors sell on the housing market, everyone, is that they will often sell pretty quickly at a price to move the house. I'm here in Orlando, actually in a city called Winter Garden, just on the outskirts of Orlando. And this is an area where not only are the prices starting to drop, the inventory is shooting through the roof. And a lot of people thought that Orlando wasn't gonna get hit in this downturn. I saw it in the comment section to my videos. A lot of people said, oh, Nick, it's only the west coast of Florida that's going down. It's only the areas impacted by the hurricanes. No. Central Florida is now dropping. And in Orlando, especially, everyone, there's now over 14,000 active listings on the market in the metro. You can see that that's the highest level of supply and inventory going back at least 10 years. It's 50% above the long-term norm.
There's probably going to be a market correction soon because no one is buying home. Builders will stop building right now because they can't afford it. And let me tell you, investors, hedge fund and annuity corporate, they messed it up for first-time home buyers because we're in competition with them when it comes down to purchasing home. And it makes it hard for us, for those who really can't afford it. It's hard, y'all. And let me tell you, right now, it's getting at its worst. When we think about condo, people was pushing a lot of condos, right? But now condos aren't selling anymore. Watch this.
A new Redfin report shows rising HOA fees coupled with sky-high insurance costs is tanking Florida's condo market. Take a look. This report shows the Tampa housing market had the highest jump in HOA fees year over year, up 17%. That's now costing condo owners an average of $614 in HOA costs. And it's leading to falling condo prices, but no one is actually buying.
In Pinellas County, just condos currently on the market are 2,691 active listings.
For context there, how many is that? A lot?
Oh, I've never, normally it would be maybe 800, 900.
Redfin reports in July, the Tampa housing market saw the highest jump in HOA fees year over year, up 17%, citing two reasons. Reform after the Surfside collapse, forcing condo associations to make safety repairs and pass those costs to condo owners. And insurance costs still rising.
Well, since I've been here since about 2010, my condo fee was around $250. Now it's $670.
Condo owner Jim Bell is on a fixed income. Not only are he and his neighbors about to be hit with an up to $10,000 special assessment for a new roof, but insurance is driving up his monthly HOA too.
To get priced out of it, they just need to get out of our lives, citizens. Just do their insurance thing and leave us alone. Stop changing the laws.
They didn't think about this new law thoroughly or even talk to people who live in these different types of condos.
And that's why you emailed me.
Yes, yes, because we need to get the word out to Tallahassee. Condo is a lovely condo.
Realtor Barbara Schmall has done everything she can think of.
I've had 10 showings, and when I've done about 30 open houses, nobody appears to come to see the properties.
To get movement on the condos she's trying to sell.
This has been on the market for 218 days.
At $214,000.
At 214, a mile to the beach.
And 2 miles away at Village to Gulf, it's even worse.
This condo has been on the market for 398 days.
The realtor says this one is not selling. And this condo also in Largo isn't selling either. This one has been on the market for almost 400 days. And it's on a golf course. It comes as Redfin is reporting that skyrocketing HOA fees and insurance is hitting the condo market here.
So here's what was happening years ago. Investors were going in low income market, right? And they would purchase homes, right? They would flip it and they would resell it, or perhaps some of them will use it as short-term rental, long-term rental, or whatever that is. The thing is, they really messed it up for us who wants to become first-time home buyers. When they purchase 2 and 3 homes and the market increases, they mess it up for us because we're unable to purchase these homes at these price, and salary aren't increasing. So it makes it hard for us to survive. And so for those who are purchasing home after 6 months, 1 year, what happened? They lose their home because of this. What I'm saying is right now, no one is purchasing homes and it's hard, right? This economy continues to go up. As it relates to this bill that the government shutdown released, right, which is a continuous resolution, they will continue to fund agriculture, military, and Congress with a little small funds left over for small businesses. Now, as it relates to home buying, where would this go? We don't really know yet, right? The only thing that we can do right now is to watch and observe. Right now, I'm doing my research and I'm trying to figure out when is the best time to purchase a home. I felt like I missed my mark back then when I should have jumped on it, right? I should have capitalized when the market was going smooth. The homes were for about 2 something, between the 2 and 300. Now, I can't afford purchasing a home. It doesn't make sense. If I purchase a home right now at about 400 or 450, my mortgage is going to be in the 2 or 3,000, and I can't afford that at this time. Here's the thing that messed up a lot of us: homeowners insurance, right? It depends on where you live. Because you have a lot of flood zone. Like I live in Florida, so depending on where I live, sometimes these hidden fee, right? Your loan officer, sometimes they put so much things inside your contract and you overlook them, right? HOA is another thing too. They continue to increase. HOA also, they continue to increase as the year goes by. Property tax continue to goes up, and other hidden fees. And sometimes you sign for it, not even know. So even though they may give you a rough estimate and tell you that your mortgage is going to be what, $1,200, $1,400, by the time you sign that, it's going to be what, $18,000, $2,000. And from there on, your mortgage is going to go up. I watched my sister and my dad. I remember when my dad purchased his home, his mortgage was about 15, 16. And let me tell you, y'all, every year that mortgage continued to go up. And that's not making sense, because that's a couple years ago. Your mortgage should have been going down as the years goes by, but now it continues to go up. I know sometimes it depends on the rate, if it's a fixed rate or, you know, I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know his stipulation and whatever is in that contract. My sister, her mortgage went up a little bit, but it's like, it's very tricky, y'all. And like I always said, I want to get lucky where I can just buy a home. Is it possible? I don't know. Hope that I could get rich out here. One of these days I could just purchase a home, because I'm scared to be locked in. Like, that's my life right there. I feel like buying a home right now, I feel like it's going to give me gray hair very quickly, and I can't afford that right now. Like, I want to live. But y'all, I want to know your thoughts on this. Is it the right time to purchase home now, or we need to just wait and see what next year brings? Because I really feel like this economy right now that continue to increase, you know, people can't afford to buy food anymore. People, the rent continues to go up. You know, there's a lot of things that is increasing. Insurance is going up as well. You know, everything right now is going skyrocket. So I don't feel like now is the time to purchase any home. We just need to relax and wait and to see if there's a market correction. And then for those who are thinking to buy, I just feel like you should just continue to stack. Just keep stacking. Position yourself so when the time comes. And, you know, that's something that I'm working on as well, because I have not yet purchased my home. And I would love to be a homeowner one day. It's just that the time has to be right. But I want to hear your thoughts on this. Let's talk about it.